I have studied psychology with counselling, and I have to say there is something missing in how the world teaches us about these things. Now, don't get me wrong, don't hear what I'm not saying. There is a lot to offer that we can learn from psychology, from positive psychology, from counselling skills, how to really attentively listen to people, that kind of thing. But what they don't teach us is the spiritual aspects of what is going on when we deal with narcissistic, vindictive, and antagonistic people. There's a spirit. Now, what's really interesting, I was with some colleagues and we were doing like on Zoom, like a group session, and we were finishing. It's the last session after a load of sessions we've done together. And the person who was facilitating told us to imagine we were in a room with each other and that we put something in the middle of the room that represented the time that we spent with each other in this kind of, it's a bit like a peer support group. And, oh my goodness. So, most people, they imagine something like either a flower. Me, I was imagining a map, which joins all of our maps and a bit of it overlaps and everyone's maps is going in its own direction. Another girl, she imagined a pie that we all shared. Another girl imagined like there was a potato and, or sprouting off in different directions. And it was all quite sweet. And the one in the group who can't stand me and the other born again Christian, and she's very antagonistic, she turns around and says, I imagine an octopus with all of its tentacles reaching into each one of us. And I thought, this is so uncanny. Whenever she says things, she just says them directly straight as they are. And the thing is, as a born-again Christian who knows a little bit about deliverance and about marine kingdom spirits and about demonic spirits in general, the marine kingdom thing is huge, and the octopus spirit is something I've often prayed against because it's a mind-controlling spirit. An octopus can travel through anything that's the size of its eyeball. It can squeeze itself that small. Mimic octopuses can mimic their surroundings. They can even run like a cat. They can change their colours, to suit their surroundings. So it's really interesting because the facilitator is very enamoured by this narcissistic woman, because the narcissistic woman knows how to play to what the facilitator would like to have mirrored, so that she feels like, oh wow, this is such a lovely person. And I see it all play out. And these things they do not teach you in the psychology books. They do not teach you in those places. One great book is People of the Lie by M. Scott Peck. He's a famous, I don't know if he's just a psychologist or if he is a psychiatrist, but he sees spirits